So, here we are at the Sperry Brothers Inc. Show, I guess. We've lost track of what show numbers we're on, but for 2016, this is show number 1.
The Gnostic Lines special.
And whatever that means, it is special. We're all special here. This is my special brother on either my right or my left, Andy Sperry. And
Special.
This is me, Special Dave Sperry, and we're doing a show to start the year. We figured we'd do a few predictions of political outcomes this year. We thought we would give some of our very best interpretations of the candidates in this 2016 presidential election run-up.
Donald J. Trump here. I think since I'm the front runner and I have most of the votes and everybody loves me, that I should have the first opportunity.
Ted Cruz here. I don't think so. No. You're not going to birther me. You're not going to birther me, Donald.
Hey, you're Canadian? You're not even from the United States. Where are you from? Canada? Were you born in, where's your daddy from?
Donald.
Where's your daddy from? Where's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Well,
your daddy was not born in the United States, was he?
This Ben Carson here, Donald, and, well, I don't think you're very friendly.
I don't try to be friendly.
And as a brain surgeon, I think that maybe you need a little work done.
I think you need to talk a little bit louder. Let some of that inner anger out.
That's Bernie here! We're going to take all your money, Donald.
Oh, my gosh. That guy scares me. He really scares me. Doesn't he scare you?
Well, now that I'm retired, I just can't get mad like Donald does anymore. We're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you, Donald. It's going to be the death of you once I get going.
Yeah, and I thought I had problems with too many wives.
Oh, you know what you are, Donald. Oh, you
I'm
are.
the front runner. I'm the one with all the votes.
Yeah.
I'm the one everybody wants to be the next president of the United States.
You have the biggest facade in the Republican Party.
I do.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, hi, I'm Paul Ryan, and I'm getting something done. I'm a Republican. We finally passed a few. So, what are your predictions for the year, Andy?
What are my predictions for the year?
Yes.
I think the best prediction I have is that we're heading for some interesting times in this political cycle.
Yes.
My prediction is that we will be electing a new president.
Yes.
Come November.
As opposed to a used president.
It will not be a used president. It will not be a
that's
president.
That's good to know.
I'm pretty sure, unless Obama takes away all our guns, that he's not going to be a president for a third term.
Yes. Well,
it's looking like I'd much rather have him as a president for a third term.
Well, since neither you or I have any guns, that's top secret, by the way.
Don't tell anybody that. You're not supposed to tell people you don't have a gun.
Oh, I'm so insecure. What will we do? Maybe we won't accidentally.
I have a gun. I keep a gun wherever I have it.
Oh, that's right. Wherever you go, Donald.
Over there.
That's right.
You don't know if I have a gun or not.
Oh, Donald, you have a gun. You have a gun, and you will use it.
Preferably on himself.
That's and that's the end of the show.
That either. That'd be ugly. I don't dislike him that much.
No, I don't think he dislikes himself that much. In fact, he loves himself more than anybody else, for sure.
I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah.
It's all about the Donald.
Yep.
There'll be like a coronation when he comes in, and he comes down in the royal chariot.
Yes. Even Jesus loves me.
Yes.
Jesus loves me, for the Bible tells me so.
And he'll be knighting people pretty soon, just like the Queen. Donald Trump knighted 12 people today.
What do you think, huh?
At the Cathedral of the Holy Donald Trump in New York City.
It's a big thing. It's a big deal. I'm here in New Hampshire. This is a big deal. Or am I in Vermont? I don't know. This is a big deal. I'm here because it's a big deal.
Well, he's a big deal. He really is. So we figure that I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're really screwed. It's going to be Gnostic lines for the rest of our lives. It's taking over the world. What you don't know is there's going to be these little short men come out of the mountains and take over the United States. And one of those little short men is Bernie Sanders. Out of the hills of Vermont. I'm taking over. Whoa.
I'm the calm and rational Bernie Sanders.
I'm the happy-go-lucky Bernie. We're taking over. We're going to destroy Wall Street. We're taking it down. Taking it down. Taking it down.
I'm not. I didn't say I was going to do that. I'm telling you, we got a problem. There's a lot of money up top and no money in the bottom. And, have you noticed that the economy is, trashed? And have you noticed you don't have enough money to pay your bills? That's a problem.
It's Fat Albert. It's Donald Trump. I do not have the tongue of a snake. Oh, maybe I do. Sorry about that. Well, I should bring some more rationality to this discussion because, I'm a wise old president. Things didn't end too well for me, but I'll tell you one thing. Just one thing. As soon as I can figure out what it is. But I'm a good storyteller, and if you stick around long enough, I'll catch you sleeping out there. So, once the Gnostic lines take over, what are we going to do after that? Are we just going to sit here and let that happen? I mean, we're worried about guns and crazy potential political people like Trump and
what are we going to do? Probably the same thing we were doing before they took over because, nobody's, going to vote for somebody that actually is offering rational ideas. Like, as much as Bernie may be kind of a socialist, okay, an admitted socialist, not even kind of, he is a socialist with socialist ideas. He does bring up a rational argument for what the problems are.
Well, when did Bernie become a Gnostic?
But even if you don't agree with the solutions, it's hard to disagree with his, ability to explain the problems that we have and why we're having such difficulties in our country. Why we have them in the first place.
When did he become a Gnostic?
You got Kasich, who, is talking about the
hello,
which is we got to get over these polar opposites. We got to get out of the polar ends and be rational and actually try to sit down and work this shit out together.
Well, I have one question.
Take some time, but we've got to have a solution.
I have one question. When did Bernie become a Gnostic?
When did Bernie become? I don't know if Bernie's a Gnostic or not. Is he a Gnostic?
Well, he's part of the Gnostic lines, right?
He is part of the Gnostic lines. Yeah, that's true. I guess he would be. The Gnostics.
I mean, he never really has talked about his religion in the past, so if he's coming in with his special out of the left side Gnostic line strategy, and he's going to come in with a new spiritual approach, is this going to be like Vermont spiritual-like things, or
it'll be like a whole thing that
Sanderism?
If either of these guys come in to power, which maybe if this guy comes into power, we're going to see a lot more people like you see out there out in where is it, Oregon? Having their hey, the government is screwing me over. Really, you're going to start seeing a lot more of the right-wing gun people.
Okay.
And if he comes, then I think people are just going to go underground because he's a fascist. So you'll probably start to see a little bit more of some of those different religious groups starting up around Vermont and New York and hanging around the Finger Lakes and starting up their own new religious.
So does this mean you're counting us out here? Are you counting us out? I mean, come on, are you counting us out? Are you counting us out? Really? Are you counting us out? Really? Really? All three of us? You're counting us out? How could you do that? We are in this. We are in this for the long run.
Are you counting me out, Carly Farina?
Well, Carly's doppelganger here. Let's talk. This is Carly. Carly, how are you today?
I don't know. You didn't put your hair up, Carly.
No.
I put my hair.
No, I let my hair down. I'm really kicking in now. I can't put up with all these boys just doing stupid things. I got. I am the chairman of the board, regardless of whether
it
Donald.
Matters to me. It matters to me because it happened to me.
Oh.
It doesn't matter to me because it didn't happen to me.
I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it, and I will not. I will not backtrack.
It happened to me, so I don't have an issue with them.
Okay. Okay.
I don't have an issue to help them.
Okay. Well, I think it's going to take a president with a more measured approach to
talk very
quietly, and then the people will make the decision who
be very quiet. We are being rabbits.
Are you making fun of me? Because if you are, I'm going to stab you.
Now you're scaring me.
Well, so we think Bernie's gonna never make it to be president. We thought maybe the Gnostic Lines were gonna do that. New strategy was gonna work. So we thought about it, and as happy as Bernie can be, it may have to go to Hillary for the Democratic. Vote.
I think that's the only other choice the Democrats have.
And then maybe for the Republican vote, Paul Ryan will slide in there and they'll all go, we want Paul, the Miami grad.
Because Wisconsinites are so popular right now.
I'm doing my Abe Lincoln hair on my face thingy,
Maybe you could bring in that government from Manitowoc County,
There we go. So I think it could be, this is our wild card, Paul Ryan, but most likely it will be the snake-tongued, horned Donald.
Hey, I don't look like that. I look like this.
This is what you look like at night, Donald.
Hey,
this is
if I ever did anything wrong, I'd admit it.
This is the old rascal that throws off his wives like. This is the rascal that throws off wives like they were, an old suit, and then acts like he's gonna. Oh, what does he say about women? What's he gonna do to him?
What's he gonna do to him? Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, well, you can imagine. Just look at him there.
Maybe it's what he's already done.
What he's already done, possibly. But that's all old news. He's only gone bankrupt 2 or 3 times, and he's only divorced several women and treated them in certain ways. But we don't want to look at that. That's old news, right?
Right. Well, you can think too about just how he does.
Well, I can tell you about screwing up here a little bit. We'll give him a little bit of room, just enough to hang himself, because really, the Donaldator. Well,
you get the Donaldator.
Oh, Don. Hey,
eat anything?
Let's do a practice run. Come on over here, dear. Hillary, come on over. Donald wants to talk to you. Oh, Donald, I feel so bad for you. I can't wait for the debates.
I felt bad for you before you were born.
They will be so much fun.
I give you a 7 out of 10. Back when you were 12.
Where do you get your hair cut, Donald? Oh, I forgot that's not real hair. Oh,
it is. It's real hair. It's real hair up there.
Why don't you show the rest of the people how real it is while I talk about the real issues in the United States, Donald? Because your hair is only important to you. Well,
this is the real issue.
We'll have to disagree. Have to kindly disagree with you, Donald.
They're big. The issues are big. Let me tell you about them. And Hey, let me tell you,
Donald, I saw in the paper there's an opening at the Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Love me.
There's an opening at the Barnum and Bailey Circus where there's a sucker born every minute that you could just stand outside that circus and sell tickets. I think you'd be really good at that. And you could even build a building, a permanent building, maybe in Atlantic City where you were so successful. You could build a big Barnum Bailey Circus.
People love me. The issues love me.
Donald J. Trump's Barnum Bailey Circus, Atlantic City.
I've got no problem with that, as long as I'm in charge.
I guess that's true. So what are you going to do, Donald, when everybody tells you no and you don't have any money that you can do anything with?
Well, I'm kind of running out of money now because my sons aren't very good at running a business, but I only gave them $5 billion to start off. So, hey, maybe they'll half the chance I had. But anyway, it's tough when you only get $5 million to start off your career with. So, but I'm going to give them a chance. I'm giving them a good chunk of my business to see if they can get this thing right.
Well, I need to go back and work with my advisors. But you have fun at your circus, and we'll see you at the next debate.
I don't need advisors. My advisors love me. I love them so much. I love my advisors. They like me too.
That was a good debate. Goodbye.
Bye, Bill.
So what do we think? We think it's the Donaldator, or will it be Hillary?
Well, I think that no matter who we choose, the Donaldator or Hillary, I do think that we should provide our Republican reading list.
Yes, it's time for the reading list.
I know it's tough for Republicans. They don't like to read.
I heard about this.
They read outside of their code little.
This is reading list music.
Reading list.
Yeah, grab all those books. Here we go.
First one.
There we go. The Republican Reading List by Andrew Sperry.
Yep. Gentlemen, scientists, and revolutionaries. We'll start off with this one. It's a very thin one. You can actually read this one in a night, and it will tell you all about the Founding Fathers. Now, not one of them was a bleeding heart Christian. In fact, they were scientists. Mm-hmm. Stunning.
There you go. Just for you Republicans out there, and Democrats who probably already know this.
But they, not one of them. They were Gnostics. much more than they were. Ain't nothing wrong with being a Christian, but
no. And
some of them were, but they were scientists.
Well,
and then we can actually take a look and find out what some things we'll read from Wendell Berry. And that's about what matters, economics for a renewed commonwealth. Maybe another way to look at the world other than greed.
What year was that book written?
This one was in 2010. This is a 2010.
Very good.
That's his latest book that he had. At least the latest one that I'm aware of was a nonfiction. And then if you're really, really worried about Bernie, you can get Lenin Lives,
Yeah.
You'll find out that, there's probably a bunch of people out there who want to entomb Bernie and keep him entombed in forever. What is it they ever did with Lenin? Is he still, did they pack him away?
I don't know what happened, what they ended up doing with them.
I know. I mean, because, those are things I'm sure Bernie worries about. Here's Christopher Hitchens has a book out that's been around for a while with all his essays. Be a good one for you to read. Love, Poverty, and War.
Very good.
Book. Go back in time. You can read Noam Chomsky's Language and Politics. This is a thick book with big ideas, so if you're not up to the challenge, don't even try it.
Better get a big pot of coffee for that one.
If you want to get rid of the Muslims, we've got the removal of the Choctaw Indians. We'll see how easy that was done, And
it's that Trail of Tears type things.
If you still don't believe Black Lives Matter after reading this book, Richard Pryor, The Life and Legacy of a Crazy Black Man. This is actually a scholarly book. It's put out by the Indiana University Press.
There you go.
Which is, that's as conservative a state as you're going to find.
That's what I hear. I hear that's only Republicans live in Indiana now.
So, it's some interesting ideas from academics, although I know academics scare you Republicans, ideas, thinking, actually talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Actually having to back up your opinions.
Well,
and
they're
here's
mostly
the last one.
constitutional.
Obamacare. Well, it's not the last one, but I got a couple more. if you want to get rid of Obamacare, I guess this is probably your next solution: the Nazi doctors, medical killing, and the psychology of genocide.
Wow, that's nice.
You'll find out all about Mendel and all those other crazy German doctors.
Yeah, when you start not letting people in the country, you want to know what happens.
That's right. A little tidbit on what happens when
happy endings, right?
With fascism, it kind of hurts a little bit. And then finally, I've got a couple here. The last one's a little fiction reading. I know you've watched the movie before, The Lord of the Rings, but I suggest you go back to this one, The Return of the King, and actually read it. Don't fool yourself and just watch the movie again, because there's a lot of stuff in here that's not in the movie that actually explains and helps you comprehend why wars are a bad idea, and that you really only should have to fight the ones that really matter, and that the ones that we're fighting right now, I don't know. Do we got the ring? Is it down there in Mordor?
I don't know, but Tolkien always brings the right ideas at the right time.
Yeah, so. I was quite certain he was talking about the potential of World War III on this one. But, read the whole series over again. And if that one doesn't catch, you can catch some of the mellower stories in the Silmarillion.
There we go.
That was the last one I had. That would.
I have a last one for those Republicans who, once they've read all the books, I doubt they're going to read all of them. But if they skip the books,
the thin ones,
thin one. If they skip the books, or they're just so depressed once they get done that all their ideas probably didn't amount to a pile of, what.
Horse hockey.
There's always the Chihuahua. I mean, who could not love a dog of this type? I mean, aren't they great? I mean, the Taco Bell dog.
I don't know.
Famous for all the Chihuahua movies.
A lot of those Chihuahuas probably came in with a lot of those illegal Mexicans.
Doesn't that look like a Republican dog?
That's probably why we have such a problem with Chihuahuas in the pounding.
I'll tell you a secret.
A lot of them are probably illegal.
I'll tell you a secret. They're illegal aliens, but I heard that they're going to change the Republican elephant to the Chihuahua. They will now be the Chihuahua Party.
Chihuahua Party.
Well, I think that wraps it up for today. We'll be back probably later this month because we just got started. So